Okay, few exercises, movements to get that pelvis soft, releasing tension, release the tension in the upper body, and just some movements to feel good. Ready? We're going to start with knees on blocks. You can do it without blocks if you can't find your blocks, but whatever works for you. So this is going to relieve pressure on the pelvis, on the pelvic floor. So just nice and relax. I like to tuck my toes. You can relax them on the ground if you need even more release of tension. And we're just focusing on inhaling into our back. Feel that release of tension all the way into the sits bones, around the tailbone. And you're just going to take as many breaths here as feels good and needed. Every exhale, we're fogging a mirror. There's no gripping. You can shift side to side. Feel that release of tension in the hips. Try not to let the belly pull the spine down towards the ground. Keep that spine nice and long. Notice if your toes want to come together. If so, line them back up with the knees. We don't want to close off the back of the pelvis. Good, nice and relaxed. Let's do one more breath here. Great, and then up to hands and knees. I'm going to move both blocks, and we'll bring one back in just a moment. So we release tension on the lower body. Let's just get a little movement in the upper body. So some thoracic rotations. Once again, I'm keeping my toes tucked just because it keeps me in better alignment, but you can do whatever works for you. Hand behind the head. Big inhale here. Feel that spine lengthen. Notice if you are arching into the back. See if you can lengthen and push the ground away. You're going to inhale. Reach that elbow to the wrist. Soft exhale to open as far as is comfortable. And then move at your own pace. Whatever you need to do. If you want to inhale, exhale here. Feel those ribs expand. Feel the challenge of them twisted. Maybe it's here you want to inhale, exhale. Either way, do about 3 or 4, maybe 5. You can move as much as you want through these. I'll do one more. And then switch sides. So other hand comes down, other hand comes behind the head. You're going to reach towards the elbow and reach up towards the sky. So make sure you're not shifting in the hips too much. We want the hips to stay where they are. It's only the ribs we're trying to get to move. Pelvis stays stable. Ribs gain some mobility. And we'll finish with this one. Awesome. Okay. So moving into some hip shifts. Grab that block. So here we want to make sure, I'll point it this way for a minute, that our hips are not falling one way or the other way. They're just right in line. Okay. So one knee on the block, one knee on the ground. Long spine. Soft elbows. We're not locking anything out. Soft elbows. And then tuck those toes to make sure everything is lined up. When they're untucked, it's easy for them to collapse. And I noticed I was really pinched here. See how that angle is really tight? So give yourself lots of space. And then we're going to pelvic tilt. So tailbone up, tailbone down, as far as is comfortable. And this is all about releasing tension. So inhaling, exhaling to tuck. But if it feels better, you can inhale here, exhale to reach. At this point, if you're late into your pregnancy, this is all about just finding places to move that feel comfortable. And when you're uncomfortable, how can you soften into it? How can you adjust? So tuck, pelvic tilt, other side. Always make sure you do both sides. Otherwise, well, there's reasons to do only one. But for now, pelvic tilt, both sides. Give yourself plenty of space. Don't try to do it when you're really crunched. Lots of space. Inhale or exhale, tailbone up, tailbone down. Nice and relaxed. Good. Take another couple of breaths to move. I'm shifting back and forth really quickly because I'm not really doing this. You don't want to listen to me breathe through this very short video, but you can pause and take as long as you need. Okay, one more pelvic shift. So you're going to have your knees out, and then you're going to shift to the side. Okay, hands are on the ground, and you're going to shift so that all of your weight is on one side, and this knee is really stretched. This inner leg is really stretched. So pick a side, stretch. You can do the same sort of pelvic tilt thing. So go as far as is comfortable, okay? You're going to feel that inner leg, inner thigh stretch, and you're going to feel the opposite glute lengthen. So take a couple breaths there. Shift around. And then shift all of your weight up onto the other side. So now you're going to feel it in your other glute and through the inside of the other leg. And just take as much time as you need. You can just hold that if that's enough. If you like the pelvic tilt, go for it. It's a great one to build mobility around those big femur bones, releasing tension. Good. One more thing to do after this. We're going to just talk about our squat. So once we wrap that one up, an easy thing to do to just practice into a squat is to hold on to, I don't have anything to hold on to. I'm going to pretend this is a bed frame, okay? And you're going to hold on to it and then pull against it and inhale into your back, okay? Try to create some space in those sits bones. Inhale into the back. You're hanging on the bed frame. So that's one way to start to get into a deeper squat. Other way is to use blocks. I'll sit sideways to be modest. Finding that, inhaling, creating some space in the front between the sits bones. And then if you have something you can hang on, create some tension in those arms, use those arms. Big inhales here, big exhales here to soften through that pelvic floor. If you want to make this into a full body exercise, inhaling down, exhaling, standing up. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Okay. All right. Those hopefully will get you feeling more comfortable, confident in how your body is moving with the core pelvic floor. And I will see you soon.